Yes guys, hope we're all good. We're going to go over how to perform the Romanian deadlift today. This is something which I see time and time again done incorrectly. So I want to sort of put things straight with a really simple setup of technique with a Romanian deadlift. So it's such a good exercise. It's a really good exercise for developing the hamstrings, but also for stretching the hamstrings out. I believe that weighted stretching like Romanian deadlifts, flies, that kind of stuff is the best way to improve your flexibility, to prevent injury and just become more mobile, much better than just touching your toes without any weights, for example. Okay, so the RDL is such a great exercise, the Romanian deadlift. So just want to go over the setup and make sure that we're all performing it correctly. So common mistakes that people will make initially when they're doing a Romanian deadlift. I think everyone is probably aware that they shouldn't be bending their back, but you do see it still. You'll see people hinging at their lower back, okay? And that is a recipe for hurting your back, okay? Another mistake that people will tend to make is that they'll let that bar travel too far away from them, okay? The issue with that is you get a lot of pressure on that lower back, plus if the bar's not close to the centre of gravity, so you're not going to be able to lift the most amount of weight that you can get, okay? Other mistakes, people going too low. Again, you can see my back is compromised, okay? You only need to go until you get a stretch, okay? So, easiest way to think of things with the technique, okay? Initially, grab that bar as close as your grip will allow. So just either side of your grip. You don't need to be out here, literally right in. That's going to keep your lats nice and tight. From there, I would go quite a narrow stance, around about hip width-ish apart. This is the key part, okay? Once you're in this position, I need you to make sure the shoulders are pulled back, so that I'm using my lats to pull that bar in. So whilst I'm holding onto this bar, I want to imagine I'm pulling it in to my body as hard as I possibly can. Once I'm doing that, I'm going a soft bend of the knee and a soft bend of the hip, okay? That's the key thing. People miss out one or the other, okay? So your knees are off lock, your hips come off lock, okay? That's the first thing. Now, this is where the magic happens. I want you to imagine that you're up to your kneecaps in sand, okay? So you're up to your kneecaps in sand, so you can't bend your shins at all. So once my knees are off lock, that's as far as I can go. I can't physically bend any further, okay? So my knees are locked in place. And the next thing that moves there is I need to push my bum back and my chest down and forward whilst keeping that back straight, okay? So if I show you with that bar, so I'm here, I pull it into my body. You can see my shoulders come back, I'm in a nice tight position. My knees come off lock, my hips come off lock, okay? I'm there. The bar is tight. Now from there, remember, I'm up to my kneecaps in sand, so I cannot go any further with my knees, okay? So don't bend at those knees. Again, that's a common mistake. That is not a Romanian deadlift, okay? That's a squat, okay? Soft bend of the knees, soft bend of the hips. From there, I tip forward of my chest and I stick my bum out until I get a stretch. For me, there, that's the stretch. Then all I'm going to do, I drag the bar up my body and squeeze my bum at the top, okay? Bum goes back, kneecaps are in the sand, stretch, squeeze, okay? So again, notice I'm constantly pulling that bar into my body. If I'm doing a Romanian deadlift correctly, I should feel it in the muscles in my back, up towards the back of the shoulders, all of that kind of stuff, okay? So make sure when you're performing a Romanian deadlift, a few coaching points, the bar is pulled in tight, you've got a soft bend of the knee, but you're not bending the knee anymore. Obviously the back is straight and you're pulling, you're wrapping that bar around you nice and tight. Keep it touching your body the whole time and you've performed a really good Romanian deadlift.